From what you're saying, then 2018, 2019 was 1.7 total. And this year, we're at over 1.7 right now.
Mhm.
So, you know, we're making
Yeah,
up.
we're back to post.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
pre-COVID
Right,
numbers.
so I have no problem with 1.8 for the city at all.
Yeah,
Thinking of
Okay.
that may even be too conservative,
well, I
but,
remember when we did that budget 2 years ago,
We didn't know what was gonna happen.
well, we dumped it, so our budget went really low at that
Yeah.
point, you know.
with everything,
With everything, yeah.
right.
Well, and even with the cuts, we still invested almost $1 million directly back into community
Yeah.
through grants and
We had some
programs, public
savings we pulled
art.
out for the parking lots.
Mhm.
So,
Yep,
So,
what's our savings like right now? So we would have,
we're sitting at about $2 million in savings.
Yeah.
So we honestly, like,
that's what I
to
thought.
finish up the
yeah.
parking lot, we
And
touched
see
very
where it's
little.
cheaper.
And then we've
Yeah.
been putting money into the savings each year that I've been here, and that's
So we
and
do have
that's
a
why I
buffer.
like surplus budget. I am that tightwad that wants to put money in savings at the end of the year. I don't
Can't
like
everybody.
deficits.
well, if,
You know?
yeah, but we have to recognize though that if we're going to hire somebody or look for somebody as far as an overall facilities designer, we're going to have to spend some money,
Definitely.
and
Yeah.
that is what it is. And the thing with the fiber is, what have you put down for the, fiber on here? It looks like 35,000 for fiber.
So yeah, we had the 9,000 that was originally proposed, which is currently what we pay for a full year. But then we added $1,000 a month estimation to that
Mhm.
to make the 21,000.
Okay,
And so
You wanna adjust it another.
it may, I mean,
Yeah.
it may be a little more than 1,000 a month, it may be a little less, but we don't know until we figure out the contract through the RFP.
Yeah.
right. But how about for the capital on that though, Kyle?
The capital, we were estimating that there was gonna be 35,000 in construction cost to go ahead and link in where it was at.
It could be less.
And it could be less and it could be more
Yeah,
too.
so-
But that capital outlay, that also was budgeted for the back hallway remodel, and it was also budgeted for, we've been talking about the bathrooms.
Bathrooms forever.
You know, so I think the fact that we're doing good, what's the point of making money if you're not gonna reinvest it back into yourself? Like,
Yeah.
having money stashed away in savings away from the community doesn't benefit the community,
No.
you know, but investing in the convention center, which means we can have more blended meetings, we're more attractive to state organizations, you know, that's spending money to make money, and I think this is the time to do that.
So I'd like to hear each person's perspective on it. Brian, I'll start with you.
I'm comfortable with adjusting up, especially with the new Holiday Inn. I mean, it might be 90 rooms, but they're at a really high rate. I think it's like $160 a room a night or something. It's a lot of, and they're busy every night. Every time I drive by, I'm pretty amazed at how packed they are, so.
Sure.
No, it takes a little bit from everybody else, but I feel like during these we have so many events going on this year. These big events, the whole town's gonna fill up, just like it did last weekend. And that's just the start usually, so I feel comfortable. I feel like people are out and about, so.
And how about bumping up the insurance? Is that okay with you? I just would feel more comfortable on that.
Yeah, we can bump it up if we don't use it,
Right,
it
it's
goes
still
back.
there.
It's just a precautionary deal, so we don't have to do another adjustment.
Right, the augmentation,
So-
right. So you're good with those
Yes,
three
yep.
changes? Marietta?
I feel the same way as Brian, I agree absolutely. I mean, Holiday Inn Express and a couple of the other hotels are charging big numbers now.
Well, and the KOA is expanding another 50
Oh, I-
slots,
oh,
you know, so if you
wow.
drive past, they've got a major construction project going on, so that's gonna be, those are high-end RVs, like the bigger ones they couldn't even
Yeah.
accommodate before, so that's
Yeah.
50 more spots.
And having such a big savings too, there's a buffer back there. The
There
whole
is.
place shut down or we granted a monkeypox event, it would be okay.
We will still have 65% of our, you know, whatever the state
Yeah, yeah, we're not
requires,
gonna
you
go down
know.
in flames, so I think we'll be okay.
As far as the insurance goes, I think that's very important.
Yeah, I do, I think insurance rates are going up all over the place right now,
Well,
just in
sure,
inflation.
so would you say 16 is enough? Because again, we're in a pool. We
I'm not
haven't had
sure how
claims.
the pool works.
The pool is, it gets adjusted for all the people in the pool
Yeah, the
pad.
whole, the
So
whole
it
rural
could be
Nevada.
17 might be a better thing.
Yeah.
17, let's go 17.
Ian, could you please weigh in?
Yeah, my instinct is typically to err on the side of guessing lower on income, but in this particular case, it's a little unique, so, I'm in agreement with what you guys are doing. It's good. I'm in agreement, specifically, with your idea, Caroline. I think you're dead on in terms of estimating the income there, so.
Okay, well, thank you. All right, at this point then, so this is a draft, so you will go back to Mr. Manuel, our CPA, and adjust those, which means all of the, due to other governments, all of that is going to be readjusted again.
Correct,
And then we need to get this sent into taxation,
yes.
correct? Okay, so at this point, we can go ahead and approve and then have public comment.
I would do public comment first,
Okay,
and then we'll approve, and whoever makes the motion, I would suggest they just do, as presented with the changes that were made.
okay,
And so just whoever it is, just delineate, with an adjustment upward to 1.8 million to the city, an adjustment upward of 200,000, on the county, and then, an adjustment to the insurance to 17,000.
okay.
And then, so we'll just have another public comment, and then we'll open the regular meeting back up so that we can vote.
Okay, thank you,
Thank
thanks
you.
for the time. Okay, at this time, public comment on this budget, proposed budget. To have anyone that would like to speak on the merits or ideas. George, do you have some
Thank you.
thoughts?
I think it's all good that we're seeing increased numbers, but my concern is a lot of that room tax is coming from the workers. The guys that are working every day, contractors can't find a house. I'm worried about selective enforcement in the city. We're talking about a shortage of houses. I got plenty of property, can't do anything with it because of selective enforcement. At some point, you've gotta consider taking off the tax on these workers that have to stay in motels. 30-day stay, and at the end of the 38 days, it's dropped. No special request, none of that. It was done for years until Ed Spear got in there, and then he was getting a cut of everything that he increased. That is not tourism. It is not pure tourism. You're scraping the meat off of that worker's bones. Everything else is going up, so when that poor individual has to come in town, he gets hit pretty hard, and that needs to stop. Your mission is tourism, and I don't have a problem with that. Your numbers go up, good for you, but don't take it off the worker. Only the transit tourist that's coming and going. I'm concerned that you're going up 2 more additional employees. One employee fined, I was on this board, I never saw any of the kind of need. I'm kind of surprised. If you need a part-time employee to cover for the weekends, I don't have a problem with that. But 2 full-time employees over and above what you have now, I have a concern. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any more public comment? All right, at this time, we'll close the hearing on the budget, and we'll go ahead and discussion and for possible action, approval of the budget as recommended for fiscal year 2022 and 2023. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, and if you will also say as presented with 1.8 for the city and 200,000 for the county, increase our expense to 17,000 for the insurance.
Okay, I should have wrote that down.
So moved is fine.
I will say, exactly as Caroline presented.
Thank you very much. It's been moved by Ian. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Brian is seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for the good discussion on this.
Absolutely.
And thanks for the flexibility. Until, Jeff, thanks for the 5th revision. Or 6th. All right.
Better get it done right.
That is so true. So, we're at item H, a discussion only, executive director's report on marketing, events, and facilities. And Tony, there is a form right here, and Errol will come up and he's going to talk about marketing, which is quite interesting with all the click-throughs and all that.
So Errol, since you're up,
Hello,
you're on.
thank you very much.
And if you could just kind of slow down just so we
Right.
can catch him up. Thank you.
So yes, this is my media report for the month of May, and we start always with Facebook, so the statistics under it are directly related to marketing on Facebook and the Facebook numbers I get to see. So as far as followers, people who follow our Facebook page, we were up 109, so we're now at 6,864 followers. Below that, I have a few screenshots of just some of the statistics. One of the ones I really wanted to point out was the videos were up 112%. And the reason for that, so the past couple months, I've been posting videos every single Monday, all related to Shellraiser. And so I'm just posting videos, music videos of the musicians and artists of the 30 bands that are going to be at Shellraiser, which is next week. For everyone, get your tickets now. Saturday is sold out.
Say that again loudly.
Saturday is sold out.
Saturday's sold out?
Day
Saturday's sold out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, totally, and Friday's about to sell out.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so,
That's a
so
sellout.
Rudy is giving away 100 free tickets to locals for Thursday. Just because he's, he wants to
Yeah.
fill those,
Yeah.
so yeah, if anybody's interested in going down there Thursday, there are 100 free tickets available, for that, so.
Also free if you volunteer.
Or if you volunteer any of those days,
Oh, great.
yeah, so.
Okay. Thank you. Moving on to Instagram, followers on Instagram, we were up 25, so we're now at 2,887. Twitter, we had +9, so we're up to 454 followers on Twitter. Moving on to targeted digital, so this is a PR firm, Reach Local, that we go through to do our targeted digital ads on the internet and our display targeting. So search retargeting, which is again directly related to display ads that people using the internet, they see our website or anything related to the keywords that they're searching. So if they, I hear you.
Hit mute, Ian.
Sorry.
I appreciate it. So keywords related to search targeting. So if someone wants to look up mountain biking and they type that into their search engine, then hopefully our mountain biking page shows up or our website shows up. The very first results that they see a display ad of our website.
So where do you target market? What are the target markets?
Target markets would be related, I believe, to keywords. Yes, Kyle?
Well, the locations are all of our locations that we market to within the 5-hour radius. So if you drew a line up to Boise and then just went ahead and circled it around,
Okay.
there's the locations. But we do have certain demographics that we target. So it would be outdoor enthusiasts, people who've shown a interest in the arts, people who bought tickets to events in the past, like certain things like that. We even break it down to like income, household income, and things like that, so.
Do we ever do geofencing?
We did do geofencing, but we made a decision to not do that during COVID because because people weren't going out.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things we do have available, we have had success with it. There is a chance to lasso a conversion area, which could be the downtown, it could be the entire town. We've done it in the past specifically for the horse races. So we've done targeted stuff for the horse races and then lassoed the fairgrounds, and we can tell how many people that got shown that ad actually walked into the fairgrounds.
That's neat.
So, Marianne and I were recently in Sedona, and my phone was geofenced every which way but loose. And I actually really considered those things, so I would love us to consider that now that, well, whatever we are with the pandemic, I think it's time to start that again, because it gives us richer data of, what, people that actually execute. So, just for an uneducated marketing, it just seems like something I'd like to try again.
Well, and we are about to start our horse race
Shellraiser,
targeted ad. Shellraiser for next year for sure. But we are starting our horse racing target digital ads, so I'll have Reach Local, I'll be like, we want the geofencing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, just a thought, don't take exactly what I said, but anyway, sorry, just a
We're gonna spend money
question.
on it anyway, so.
Yeah, okay. All right, go ahead, thank you, Errol, for the.
So that would be search retargeting, within keywords and certain places. So that received 164,397 impressions, 204 clicks on that link, and a click-through rate of 0.12%, which is actually up from last month, which was 0.11%. So
And Ian, just if you don't mind me interrupting,
No,
Ian,
absolutely.
that's a pretty good click-through rate, correct?
the mic is pointing towards me.
We'll
He's,
get,
he's just muted.
okay, we'll get back to you on that. Okay,
Moving on to search engine marketing. So this is directly related to the website, making sure our website is at the very top of search results. And that received 4,230 impressions, 409 clicks. And on the next page with 3 leads. And our YouTube ad, which is going for about 2 months now, received 40,501 impressions, 23,586 views, and 25 clicks on that YouTube ad.
so what ad is it?
That would be the ad that we showed last meeting, that has that AI voice, that has the train go through it, and it just highlights Charcoal Ovens train out there.
Okay, and are we planning on, once you get the culture win, we put that one up, or?
So they make specifically, you know, the 30 seconds
Okay.
to go, but anytime we do have videos, they can cut those up and slice and dice them into like new stuff. So
Yeah.
for the video that we're showing right now, that was essentially, we gave them the beta MTB video.
Oh, nice.
And
They
we were
cut it all
like,
up.
you can't fail with any of this
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
So how about the one that Spirit of Nevada did for the 4th of July, can we give them that?
I mean, we could, I would like to run this one for a period of time to kind of see how it plays out, and then, you know, refresh that up, you know, maybe, it's only been up for 2 months, so
But the 4th of July is time sensitive.
it is.
Anyway, think
Yeah,
about it.
we can talk.
Okay,
Moving on to our website, so this is directly related to ilinevada.net. Check it out if you haven't already. Our top 5 pages this month, so top 5 visited pages that people actually went to. As always, the homepage is at the top because it's the landing page, and it's what people are going to find when they first search our website. Second was the Nevada Open Road Challenge 2022 calendar event. So I had that as a featured event on the homepage, and I had a direct link to the calendar event.
So
and-
we used your calendar then, in the end.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I use it every day. And then third was things to do, fourth was dining, and the fifth was the Fierce Tears and Beers Mountain Bike Enduro Race featured event. Too bad it's sold out, but it's
Yeah.
a lot of
Should we
interest.
throw that up?
New versus returning visitors, 86% of the people visiting our website this month were new. And as far as desktop and mobile, they always lead with device breakdown, what people are visiting our website on. Most people always visit the website on their cell phone, and you can see that 57% of them were using their cell phone and 40% were using desktop. Sessions were up 42% and page views were up 40%. One thing I would like to add to that I didn't put on there, right before this board meeting I did check. So we had a writer come out, and he actually interviewed Tony, but he wrote several articles for us within like a week. And one of the ones he did was an article on Bunny Hill for Silver State Classic. And so we put that out during Silver State Classic weekend. And that's on our website. We put it out on Facebook, we boosted it, and I can say that that article, before this meeting, has received 392 clicks. So 392 people have clicked on that link and gone to that website, seen the article, presumably read it. And it was number 23 on most visited pages, and we have well over 50, well over 50 pages, but it was number 23, most visited.
that is so wonderful, and what a great person to honor.
Absolutely. And it received some great feedback. Everybody loves Bunny, no doubt.
Yeah. And that's part of a Travel Nevada grant project that we were doing. So we have 6 articles that we'll be releasing over the next few months that'll, you know, I'm assuming they'll all have that same. In fact, Tony's is next because the Pony Express rewrite is coming up, so stay tuned for that one.
That is great.
And then moving on to calendar, June is packed. I'm not gonna bother going through every single one. I will mention 10th through 11th, that is going to be a jam-packed weekend. You have Fierce Cheers and Beers, the Bissacrone Bricks and Train Show, which was a very successful last year. Over at the Railroad is going on that weekend. And the Bristlecone Bowmen are having their 3D archery shoot that weekend. And it looks like the golf course is also having a tournament and barbecue the same weekend. So June 10th and 11th is the time to be in town.
Can you talk about what we've been doing with you, me, and Shadrach with the website? Updates, assessment, thing like that, just briefly, because we had talked about it 2 meetings ago that we were gonna do this, just,
Absolutely. So Kyle, Shadrach, and I have been meeting so far every Monday to go over website updates and statistics. So Shadrach has kind of gone through our website, looked at what needs to be updated to let me know what needs to be updated, and I can update what pages just need, it's good to keep the website updated continually. It's always a living, breathing monster. There's a lot to it.
but we know what pages people are going to, so we're
Right.
definitely focusing on making sure that things like dining, lodging are up to date and stuff like that. But even simple things like, we built that website 4 years ago, and there's pages that never really got fully built out, like the hiking page, which should be a very important page, is underwhelming, so just having somebody assess the website and be like, hey, did you forget about that, or, so we've been working on that, and we have 3 new itineraries that we're adding to the website that we'll be releasing, that East River is gonna be using for a summer push and things like that, so.
And I'll be able to push them out marketing wise. It's always good to have good content. And so it'll be brand new content, and it will be added to the website. And looking forward to that. It'll be coming out very soon.
So Errol, one of the things that's been added is, this form, and I mean, we have them on several forms where it's kind of over the course of the years. But, I would like to just ask a question, if we could we only see the month on this, and I can't remember what last month is, or to see trends on this data. Like when you talked about the second page with the device breakdown and things like that.
Right.
If we could even have a bar graph with a lot of these things that we're seeing, whether it's the followers, all this data, if we could have information that is longitudinal.
Meaning you want to see previous data. To see side by
Longitudinal,
side.
yes.
So how does it compare from,
Last
A year
month,
ago.
or a year ago.
Yeah, how are we doing? And so it'll take a little bit of kind of design, but if you look here, we're looking at each of the properties, and we can tell what their room tax was paid.
Right.
And you're looking at all of these going, wow, this one is super busy, or say this one is, must be almost full all the time, and it's the same, you get the same amount, and that's unusual, so it means they're probably close to 100%.
I can work with you on that, because I've
Oh,
definitely done.
Hope everybody get a better assessment.
Yeah.
Well, it's good going into the end of the fiscal year, we can look back a year on our social media and get that data pretty easily,
Yeah.
and just kind of see how that fiscal year in review went,
Uh-huh.
so, good suggestion.
So, like, for instance, Stargazer Inn, Liz opened up, and, she's just got a few rooms, and, she's rocking it. It's just looking at all of this data you've given us is really important.
Mhm.
And it's probably really important longitudinally with your Monday morning meeting, to put that data point in there of where we are actually needing to focus. Just see if you
Yeah.
can work on that, that would be great.
And the data's out there, so.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much. Any other questions?
Oh, one piece that I would like added, sorry.
Yes.
I would like to include our newsletter, subscription rate.
Okay. Absolutely.
And when this, and to have a copy of the newsletter, when you do them, to have them added to your report.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, because they've been really improving but we'd like to see what people are,
How it goes, the
yeah,
results,
because you
yeah.
can get those out, can't you, from
Oh, absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
whatever you're,
from MailChimp,
right.
yeah.
Of who's opening and things like that. And, obviously, we want, for all the work you're doing, we wanna have a bazillion readers.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
Heard that.
cool.
okay, so if you could add that too, please. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes. Thank you. Good question. Thank you very much.
All right, and I'll just add a few more things. I apologize for not having this written down, but I have been traveling, it seems like a bunch lately. So the travel expenses you saw were up because I did go to Richmond to the National Main Street Conference. It was very beneficial. I can honestly say that the wheels have not been turning this much and this efficiently in a long time. It was really nice to be in a national setting, getting inspiration, getting to look big picture again instead of being stuck down in the trenches, you know, dealing with stuff. It was just nice to come up for air. I did get selected to present about what our White Pine Main Street did during COVID to support the businesses, as well as all of the accomplishes that White Pine Main Street was able to do, because essentially they were started right before COVID hit. And so the point of it is how did this rural frontier community that is not surrounded by population keep their businesses open, keep it supported, and not just that, but also accomplish much more things in the process. So there was about 150 people that were in the room from all over the country. There were a ton of questions at the end. We did have the 3 state representatives for Main Street there, so underneath the Governor's Office of Economic Development. And yeah, when I came to at the end of 45 minutes, there was applause, everybody took the extra material, there was tons of cards exchanged, a lot of questions that I followed up with everybody about our mural tour and how did they have one. And it was very, very, very successful from putting Ely on a national stage. At the same time, a lot of the presentations that I went to dealt with controlling real estate and trying to deal with vacant buildings and addressing absentee property owners or maybe property owners that are stuck, and what resources are available to Main Street that aren't available to other organizations to be able to support filling and revitalizing vacant properties in the downtown. And then of course anything that dealt with outdoor recreation. I will say that our idea of having the downtown as our trailhead for all of our recreation and the future plan of trying to connect our community that I've spoken about a little bit with recreation opportunities. And again, this is making sure that people in neighborhoods over here have off-highway transportation opportunities to assess recreation opportunities over here. The new parks, the downtown, the schools, the aquatic center, all of that. How do we make sure that our community still has access to recreation as we grow and we develop? So that was that. The other updates that I'll give is this is a busy week. I've got an influencer, a mountain bike influencer in town that is part of the Travel Nevada grant that we got, that we've been working with the Abbey Agency. We actually have to go do a shuttle drop at 5:30. But she's here for one more day, and we are doing a whirlwind of every trail in White Pine County, and so far she's super impressed. I also have a film crew coming in tonight, and they will be videoing for the next 2 days our arts promotional video, which is also a Travel Nevada grant. So if anybody wants to be on video drinking wine, walking past murals, enjoying art, maybe riding your bike past, we are looking for supermodels, White Pine supermodels, for the next 2 days to fill, to make sure like our video looks vibrant and lively. It is not a interview video like the mural one that Spirit of Nevada did. It is more of a commercial with social media edits cut out of it. So yeah, that's the important stuff right there. So once I get through this weekend, then we'll start looking big picture again. So anyway, that's what I got going on.
Any questions about the executive director's report? It's been busy.
It's just gonna get busier.
Yeah. Anything else on the discussion only, Kyle, for the page?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, let's go to old business. Discussion only. Board member reports. Brian, do you have anything?
Nothing much to report. We're still working on the trail scene, and we're putting in our final mapping for the Snipplemup project, which looks like it'll go to bid for general contracting by the end of the summer, bidding through, I think, January, and then next year they'll start digging. So we just kind of put the final map together as this is what we want to see happen and getting everybody's